Hey, what's going on, guys? Before I get into this video, it's going to start in just a second, but I wanted to give you guys a tip. What I'm going to do next week for my Tips and Tricks Thursday, I'm going to cover something that one of you guys want to see. So do me a favor, leave a comment in the comment section letting me know if there was a tip or something that you'd like me to talk about about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare in next week's video. And whoever gets the most likes in the comment section below, I'll make a video for you. Thanks, guys. Here's the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back into Lights Out Gaming. For those of you that are new here, my name is Mike, and what you're watching on screen today is my Tips and Tricks Thursday. Now, this series, I've continued it, I've kept going. Now, it's getting towards the game cycle where you pretty much know what you're to expect in this game. You know how to get better and things like that, but what some people still don't understand to realize is that kill-death ratio does not signify a good player. Now, I'm gonna elaborate on that because I believe it's something that I fell into the trap to when I started playing this game. My brother-in-law, he's actually the one who got me into playing Call of Duty, and he had, all he cared about was kill-death ratio. He's like, you know, accuracy doesn't matter, none of that matters, kill-death ratio, kill-death ratio, kill-death ratio. Now, he did play a lot of TDM, so I will give him that. However, kill-death ratio is not even close to a good way of measuring your skill level. Now, if you're playing the same game mode over and over and you're playing the objective over and over, you can look at your kill death and see if you're improving, but it ranges from player to player. Now, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. Let's say that you have a player on the map that he just sits in the corner of the map on a head glitch the whole entire game, and he goes, we'll say, you know, he goes 10 and 2 in the game. That's a 5 kill death ratio, but if he has no captures, he is absolutely not a very good player because he's just camping there waiting for people to go when he's playing the game mode domination. But if you're playing team deathmatch, that's a completely different story. In that game mode, if you are going 10 and 2, you are helping your team. You want to know why? Because you are killing more than you are getting killed. Now, that does not apply to other game modes. If you go 20 and 2 and kill confirmed, and you grab 2 tags, you've done your team no good. You really haven't. You haven't done anything for your team. If you're playing domination and you go 15 and 2, you have 2 captures, 1 at the beginning of each round, you are not doing your team any favors. Therefore, you are not a very good player. And okay, so maybe I shouldn't say you are not a very good player, but you are not playing the game as it's supposed to be played. Therefore, you are not measuring your skill like other players are because they are playing the objective. So, when you're playing an objective-based game mode, stop looking at kill-death ratio. I am mainly a domination player. I do love playing Hardpoint as well. Hardpoint's my favorite. I just feel like you need a team to play with it more often, and I don't always play with a team. So, the better way to measure your skill level in that is score per minute. So now, before you go and say, well, Mike, you know, score per minute can easily be manipulated by jumping on and off a flag. It's true. It can be manipulated, but for the most part, it's a very telltale sign when you are playing an objective-based game mode because they've actually made the score to fit the game mode you're playing. So you're not going to have a 500 score per minute in TDM. It's not going to happen. Even if you are going balls to the wall, you are rushing nonstop, you're not going to have a 500 score per minute. However, in domination, if you're capping flags, you're getting kills, you're moving around, 500 score per minute is easily attainable. So me, personally, like I said, I'm primarily a hardpoint and domination type player. I know on the PS4, my score per minute right now, I want to say is around a 550 per minute, and on Xbox One, I do more of Clan Wars and things like that, so on that system, I believe it's like a 450. It really does depend on the game mode, guys, and I can't stress this enough, and the reason I'm sharing this with you today is because I don't want you to get stuck in the same exact place that I got stuck in when I first started playing Call of Duty. I got stuck in the place where, if my kill-death ratio is not going up, I'm not becoming a better player. Now, if you're playing the same game mode over and over and over, you should see your kill death start to rise. That's just a natural thing that's going to happen because you're getting better at the game, and you're only going to see that rise even if you're playing the same exact way. You're going to start to get smarter, and I've talked about it in prior episodes. By camping in a corner, you're not getting any better, alright? By camping for a moment, because it's the smart play, that is smart, and that's what's going to come with time. Don't worry about people if they see one kill cam where you're laying there waiting for them to come across because you're one off a giant kill streak. Don't let that get to you, because in the end, it's a game. But we play this game to get better, and the only way to get better is to continue to practice and continue to play the actual game mode you're doing. Because, believe me, it's more frustrating than anything when you have a teammate that does not play the objective when you're playing an objective-based game mode. Okay, so let's run through the game modes and let's figure out how we can determine our skill level. So we're going to start with TDM. TDM is definitely a kill-death ratio game, so you should play for nothing but your kill-death, alright? Now, if you sit there and camp in the corner, it's not going to make you a better player, but you're doing your team favors because you are killing more than you are dying, and that is the only objective in Team Deathmatch. Oh, and one more thing on that really irks me. If you have over a 1.0 kill-death ratio in Team Deathmatch, don't let anybody tell you that you suck at the game because you are better than the average player. Next game mode that we have when we look at the standard playlist menu is Domination. Domination, like I told you, this one is based on score per minute for me. So the way I look at Domination, if your score per minute is over 400, I feel like you are doing a good job in Domination because that means that your score at the end of Domination games is over 4,000. That's your average. You'll see people with as low as 1,500 because they're not capping any flags. You'll see people with 8,000 and 9,000. I believe in the end of this game I'm close to 8,000. That's exactly why I stuck this gameplay in here because I felt like it was a good sign saying that I averaged an 800 score per minute in this game. I feel like that's really good. The next game we're going to move on to, Kill Confirmed. This one's a little bit closer to Team Deathmatch because kill-death ratio does matter because every time you die, you're obviously leaving behind tags. But there also is an objective to it, is collecting tags. So this one's a mix between score per minute as well as kill-death ratio. So if you have over a 1 kill-death ratio in Kill Confirmed, you're doing well. And if you are averaging, in Kill Confirmed, I would say if you're over a 350 score per minute, you're doing yourself pretty good. You're doing your team a good job. The next game mode that we're going on to, it's actually going to be two combined. It's going to be Uplink and Capture the Flag. Now, Uplink and Capture the Flag, these ones are going to vary. The reason it's going to vary is because there are different types of players. If you're the player that's always going for the satellite and uplink, you're obviously going to have a harder time maintaining that kill-death ratio that, you know, someone sitting back and watching the satellite or protecting you is going to have. But there's going to be a fine line, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. If you're sitting there playing the objective all the time and you have someone else that's just sitting back and camping for kills the entire time, does that make him a better player than you? Absolutely not. And that is exactly why we can't just look at kill-death ratio when you play games like Uplink or Capture the Flag. I know I keep going back to it, guys, but score per minute is an excellent judge of a player's skill level because you get 200 points for, you know, capturing the uplink. So that's going to give you 200 points towards your score per minute. Kills give you just 50 points. So as you can see, it's not always about kills. It's not always about kill death. Another thing that we want to look at, guys, is win-loss ratio. Now, unfortunately, I play solo, I would say 80% of the time. So therefore, I am trying to win an uphill battle. However, that doesn't deter me from trying to win. And my win-loss ratio for playing solo 80% of the time, I think it's 1.20. So while I've seen a lot of YouTubers that have like a 0.50 win-loss ratio, I know what they're doing. I mean, they're leaving a lobby when they can't win it. I try not to do that. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen because we all do it. But try not to leave. Try and win the game. I understand it's frustrating playing by yourself, but win-loss ratio is something that you should, you know, eventually, obviously try and get over a 1. And the reason I say that is because, yes, while you might have some bad teammates some games and there's no chance for you to win it, it's going to be evened out there. You're going to have half of your games where you're going against another guy that's got some bad people on his team, and there's no way that he could win the game by himself either. So understand that win-loss ratio, you want to have it at least over a 1. So the next game mode that we would talk about is Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy is a different animal all by itself. I don't think very many casual players play Search and Destroy, so I'm not going to touch on that too much because that is a different game altogether. I feel like the reason that I'm not a very good Search and Destroy player is because I want to be consistently moving. I play better with submachine guns or faster shooting assault rifles. Search and Destroy requires an incredible amount of patience, and therefore your score per minute is not going to be up there. And if you're planting bombs, your kill-death ratio might not be there. So that's why we're going to stay away from Search and Destroy. And then we just have 2 game modes left, one being Hardpoint and the other one being Free-for-All. Now Hardpoint, like I said, this is one of my favorites, and now this is one where it can easily be manipulated, and I know there are players that do it, and it's unfortunate. What they do is they know the Hardpoint, and you get 200 points basically when your team gets into the Hardpoint. So what these players do is they sit there on the Hardpoint, they're in it, they get the 200 points, they back out of it, so they let the other team take it for a split second, and then they go back in there, kill you, and take it again. So therefore, they just got 350 points because they killed you inside the objective and they took it again. So there's an easy way to juggle that one, but just know that your score per minute in that one should be over 400 if you are playing the objective the entire time. And then with the last one with free-for-all, that's an obvious one. Kill, kill, kill. Your kill-death ratio does matter. However, if you sit in the back of the map and you are camping, you are never going to get to 30 kills and you're never going to win. So therefore, you are not that good of a free-for-all player. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. I know it was a little bit longer of an episode, but I wanted to make sure I covered all these for you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you'd like to see in next Thursday's episode. Whoever gets the most likes on their comment, I will do an episode on that next week. But until next time, guys, lights out.